I like to call us the big three. That's what I call me, Kingston, and Zeke. I think that's really what it is. I think when us three are on top of it, when we're producing, we're doing what the team is asking, the game is asking us to do. I think that there's not a lot of teams that can stop us when we're putting our best foot forward. I mean, like you said, point guard, shooter, enforcer, like that. Those are the three major things that every team needs, and I think we have three really good people to do that.
Just watching these guys grow up, I mean, our leadership has grown up with Cam and with King. I mean, those guys have been through a lot of wars and play excellent basketball, and now the team is rallying around those guys and the seniors to really try to put them in a spot to help us win a state championship.
We've basically played in the same AAU since we were like all in elementary school, so we've known each other. We always go to each other's houses like almost every week, so it's the chemistry I would say is better than anybody we've ever seen. We definitely know where each other's going to be without even having to say it. We can tell somebody to go back door without having to say just like an eye look or something like that, so it's great.
We have that bad taste that got left in our mouth after the Stony Point buzzer beater last year. That's not how we wanted to go out. That's not the team we wanted to go out to. Obviously, not the outcome we expected. That was the closest, furthest from state we've ever been. My freshman year, we went 5th round, 6th round sophomore, and then 4th round last year. So I think we were all really disappointed in ourselves for that. And I think really it's just we know what we have to do. We come into practice every day with that angle in mind.
The way last year ended, that left a bad taste in our mouth. So, especially coming into practice every day, like what King said, with our DNA, and coming to compete and having that, leaving that taste in our mouth and letting that motivate us.
Putting our emphasis on why that loss happened, like both years, like what we needed to do and what we needed to correct and what we needed to stay focused on to make sure we get it right and make sure our boys are prepared going forward. Just a heavier focus this year put on like end of game situations. So we spent a lot of time in practice, going through situational stuff. I think we lost 5 games last year, and I think 4 of them lost with the ball in the air at the buzzer. So just some years it goes like that, and the ball goes in against you and went in against us a lot of times last year. This year we've had those go our way to this point. So and we've done a better job, I think, like just all being connected, being on the same page, and executing situationally down the stretch. So I could coach for 50 years, and some losses will stick with you for all 50.
There was a mental shift after last year. I think it's been we're more self-motivated this year, self-driven. Last year it was more like coaches driving on us, getting on us every day in practice, and we're just kind of like going through it, like trying to get out. This year it's like we know we have like the end goal in mind every day when we come into practice, so it's more of a self-motivation.
These kids, like, they came up and they played such heavy minutes on varsity since they were so young. Like, I think they went from being like, we're going out there and we're hunting. Like, we went out and we played. When Kingston and Cam were, sophomores, and Isaiah Ward and Talon and Donnie and them were freshmen. We went and played Duncanville, second game of the year. And we got them circled. You know what I mean? Like, we're going out there and we're trying to hunt them, and we're trying to do that. And they were great. Like, they had Ron Holland. They were the best. They were awesome. So them going out and being in that mindset, and then it kind of being the other way where they were the ones that were getting circled. I think that's just for sure a mindset flip, on how you're approaching games and what that is, and ultimately like taking it away from like what the opponent is and putting it into your own preparation and what you do every day and making sure you're right every day.
I'm going to say we really got nonchalant with our process, but we might have taken the gas off a little bit, and I think it showed us where we need to be at, that mindset we need to come in with. The district is not the same as what we've been playing, and I think that's really why we seek out these games. We've done a good job of building a name for ourselves these last couple seasons to get these kinds of games, and that's really because our district is not great, and it's preparing us for the end of the season. So when we do come into a team like Allen, it's not going to be the first time we've seen a team of that caliber, or like we've already played Allen. That's a team we've played, so we know the level we're going to need to be at to win state.
mentality has been a lot different, and the focus has been a lot different this year than it has in the past. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is for sure the best practice team I've ever coached. Like, the way that they come in every day, like, there's just a different mentality and a different drive. Like, it's more of them coming in and setting the standard. Like, we'll get it done. Like, we've got it done in practice for it to be intense practice and that forever. But this year, it's their desire to do it more so than our desire for them to do it. You know, it's just a different feel for it to be a player-led team more so than a coach-led team. And they've had leadership characteristics throughout. You know, they've been good leaders. They've had all those, but that emotional investment, I think, across the board, not just for them, but that, like, the consistency of play on the court. And they've had, I'm just speaking Kingston and Cam, like, they've been so consistent on the court throughout the year.